Howdy Tamers, and welcome to my reading of Digimon Liberator Debug.17-1, Part 1. Similar to the previous readings, I'm not a professional voice actor and I'm just one person doing their best. So if the voice changes episode to episode, paragraph to paragraph, or sometimes line to line, I'm just doing the best that I can. I recommend still heading to the official release on DigimonCard.com if this is your primary way of consuming the Liberator web novel. Partially so Bandai still gets the site visits, but also because most chapters of Liberator, like Digimon Seekers, have art. Liberator also occasionally has actual visuals of any new card that's mentioned. While the mechanics of said cards are included in the reading, if you want to see the card itself, head over to the official novel release on DigimonCard.com. And with all of that out of the way, let's continue on to Digimon Liberator Debug, Chapter 17, Part 1. Debug, Chapter 17, Part 1.
Hey, Yuki. La la la. Hey, Yuki, listen to me. Whoa, what's going on, Itmon? You're always like this. Why don't you try listening when people are talking to you? Oh, my bad.
A little more than a year ago, in the middle of the Digimon Liberator beta test in Lacuna, Yuki sat bobbing her head to the music in her headphones. Meanwhile, her partner Itmon looked on in annoyance.
What the heck are those things? They're headphones. Never seen a pair before, Itmon?
Yuki explained that checking out the items in the game was a proper duty in itself, albeit somewhat pompously.
You can listen to all sorts of stuff, like the Battle BGM, but I think the theme song might be my favourite. What's your favourite, Itmon? No clue. What's so great about blasting noise in your ears? You don't get it. It really amps you up. Come on, why don't you give it a shot? Huh? I'll pass. Come on, don't be a stick in the mud. Here, show me your ears.
Yuki grabbed Itmon as it tried to wriggle away and clamped its head with her headphones, now blasting rock music.
Hey, what the heck is that noise? Hush, hush, just give it a listen, will ya? I don't think this is for... Actually, it's not half bad.
Itmon finally gave up on resisting, then pressed the headphones tighter to listen more intently. Yuki watched on gleefully as Itmon started swaying to the rhythm. Finally, once the song had finished, Itmon removed the headphones and exclaimed excitedly at Yuki.
This is good. So you're saying you like it too? I knew you would. What's the name of the song? And who's the singer? I'm not sure. What?
Itmon looked dumbfounded at the lackluster response they received in response to their enthusiastic question.
How can you be listening to it and not know? What's wrong with you? Nah, I just listen to whatever pops up, you know. It's in some foreign language, so I don't really understand it. Wait, aren't you supposed to be a college student? Gah, you're hopeless. I'll figure it out myself. Give me that.
Then, Itmon swiped Yuki's D-storage and began searching through its sound library whilst quietly humming the chorus of the song from earlier.
Dang, you're even more into it than I thought.
Yuki muttered this in surprise at Itmon, who found the song and was listening intently to another track from the band. Digimon Liberator Side Story, Debug, Chapter 17, Part 1, Rowdy Rock, Part 1.
There we go, one more down.
In a corner of Cross Connectia, Yuki held up her heavy metal Dramon card, proudly announcing her victory. Before her, a pile of 3 runaway NPCs, all now no longer operational.
That worked out nicely. 3 in a row without breaking a sweat. Looks like you won't be able to deny my gamer prowess any longer, huh, Itmon? Yeah, I guess. Oh, wait a second. Did you just praise me? That's super very good. Shut it. As if I'd ever praise you. Cut it out. Let go of me.
Itmon resisted as Yuki pounced onto it. From behind, the two of them rang out a hearty laugh, accompanied by the rumbling of a motorcycle. Gah! You two are fierce, and as close as thieves too.
You know it. We are not.
As Yuki's sincere exclamation and Itmon's feeble attempt to hide their feelings clashed and echoed, another peal of laughter erupted from the Digimon Rebellionmon. Anyhow, I appreciate your help. We didn't stand a chance against those spiky humanoid things.
Don't worry about it. I'm just glad to see you, Rebellymon. We haven't run into anyone all day.
Yuki and Itmon had gotten the geographical data for Cross-Connectia from Mirai, Kinosaki, and Hanimon, and it had been an entire day since they saw them off to Lacuna. They tried to walk straight to the location on the map that was labelled Mistymon, but after finding not a hint of Digimon activity, the two simply walked, bickering as usual. At some point along the way, they happened upon a Rebellymon being pursued by several runaway NPCs. Yuki watched for some time as the Rebellymon danced just out of reach of the NPCs, running around in circles. Finally, she had had enough and defeated the NPCs in a card battle. "I don't really get it," Itmon muttered. "It looked like you could have just run away at any time. Why were you just circling around the same spot over and over?"
"Yeah, I was wondering that too."
"Oh, if you're curious, come see." Rebellymon beckoned them to follow, leading them into the shade of a large nearby boulder. "I wasn't alone. I was acting as a decoy to buy them time to flee, but they got scared. All right, guys, it's safe now." No sooner had Rebellymon said this, two more Digimon resembling Rebellymon, but with different sounding motors, appeared. They were both Digimon that appeared to be wearing vividly coloured animal pelts, but in terms of shape, these Digimon were unlike any that Yuki had seen before. One of them had a wheel-like carapace on both arms and legs. It would use these wheels to drive around on all fours, just like an F1 car. The other Digimon was a bestial type with wings. However, these were not like bird wings. Instead, they were straight, almost like the wings of a fighter jet. Apparently they're called Turbomon and Maneuvermon, though I can't say I've ever seen this Digimon before.
Wow, you're cute as heck. You're fluffy, and yet you like machines.
You're super cool and adorbs. As Yuki said this, she attempted to grab Turbomon, who quickly shifted into reverse and screeched away to keep its distance. Sensing her advances, Maneuvermon also leapt into the air, landing on top of a boulder. "These guys have been getting chased around by those spiky guys quite a lot, so they're pretty on guard around humans."
"Oh, I had no idea. Sorry, Turbomon and Maneuvermon."
"Sorry we scared ya. Yuki is like this towards everyone, so don't mind her." Once Yuki and Itmon had apologised, the timid duo slowly crept back towards Yuki. Their gazes appeared to be fixated on the D-storage around her waist.
"Oh, this thing? I get why you're afraid. It's 'cause those runaway NPCs had them too, huh? Hold on, I'll put it away."
As she put away the D-storage, Turbomon shook its head. Maneuvermon slowly floated down to her and handed something over.
"Huh? Is this?"
"What's that, a card?"
"Yeah, and it's no ordinary card. Look at this, Itmon."
It was a tamer card. The silver-haired, sunglass-wearing kid, Cool Boy.
"Ah, this is Cool Boy's tamer card. Have you two met him?"
As Turbomon and Maneuvermon emphatically nodded, Yuki and the others exchanged glances.
"Tell me about it."
With Rebellymon as their guide, Yuki and the others made their way to a nearby town. It appeared to be some sort of market lined with rugged machinery and bustling with cyborg and machine-type Digimon. Wincing at the stench of machine oil wafting in from all around, Itmon leaned up against a bench.
"So, anyway, you must have met with Cool Boy several days ago, right?"
Turbomon and Maneuvermon both nodded. From what they could gather, Turbomon and Maneuvermon were being chased by some rogue NPCs several days prior, before they were saved by none other than Cool Boy. He gave them his tamer card and seemingly instructed them to show it to any humans that they encountered.
"It seems like you get attacked quite often." "Yeah, several days ago and today to boot."
Yuki softly patted Turbomon on the head as if to say, there. Itmon looked utterly unamused watching Turbomon, who had taken a liking to Yuki, joyfully accepting her pets. "It's true. Some damage from those spiky things were reported recently, but it's rather unusual how they were being chased."
"You think so too, Rebellymon? Why is that?"
"Maybe it's got something to do with the new type that we're not familiar with." Yuki glanced at Turbomon and Maneuvermon while murmuring contemplatively. Despite being machines, they really stood out in the machine town, since they appeared to be made of organic materials.
Welp, like any amount of thinking will give me any answers. For now, let's just be happy to know that Cool Boy was safe and sound. Yeah, let's go with that. Well, we don't know what has happened since then. He could have been captured by Mistymon, right? Can't you be more positive, Itmon? Mistymon? Rebellymon piped up, sounding surprised. You guys aren't trying to go to where Mistymon is, are ya? Huh? You betcha. Problem? Yeah, problem. Rebellymon scratched its head out of exasperation. I'm warning you, it's best that you give up. The security in the Guardian's fortress is incredibly tight. It doesn't matter how strong you are, you'll be caught in a second. And then there's that. Yeah, if they come to us in numbers, it could be tricky. Even if I'm in my mega form. But we gotta go, our friends are there. So there's nothing I can say to change your minds? Realizing that they were a stubborn bunch, Rebellymon shrugged its shoulders. If you're dead set on going, you better not go with just the two of you. Don't you have any other friends? We do, but we can't reach them at the moment. She sighed and opened up her D-storage. She had been periodically checking her reception, always to no avail. Possibly due to cross-connectia weather, or maybe interference on the part of Unchained. Wanna walk and hope that we bump into everyone? No, we've been heading straight for Mistymon the whole time. If we keep going, we'll be there for sure. You're probably right. I feel like everyone will eventually make their way to the fortress. It would really suck if anyone tickled in by one and got captured. Yeah, what if we just really shouted, "We're over here!" What are you even saying, Yuki, you moron? You got any better ideas? While the bickering duo started fighting yet again, Rebellymon stood mulling things over, grumbling to itself until finally it nodded with purpose. That might actually be a good idea. What? What do you mean? The suggestion you brought up before. No, it's not like we have a plan or anything. I told you. Watching the somewhat hopeless expressions of Yuki and Itmon, Rebellymon spoke. Shouting as loud as you can. We're right here. We'll do nicely. A rock festival? Yuki looked at the fly Rebellymon was holding, mouth agape. We Digimon have no clue what this rock thing is, but they hold it here once every season. It gets pretty wild. They even get complaints from the Guardian's fortress because it's too loud. Huh? I know it's nearby, but the forest where the fortress is kind of far away, right? They can hear it all the way over there. Oh, you can hear it all right. You can hear it throughout the entire world. Say what now? That's because they have some ultra giga huge speakers that were cooked up by the machine-type Digimon here in the town. We're talking so massive that the base will knock you back 100 meters if you're anywhere near it. Whoa. Yuki was a bit slow to react to this, in the face of a tale of scale so foreign to that of the human world, and yet... You know what? If we shout into those, it might just work. Hey, Rebellymon, when's this festival? Tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow, for real? Yuki's voice cracked in surprise. Come on, that's a bit of a tough ask. I mean, yeah, I'm not bad at karaoke, but I've never been in a band. Hey, Itmon. Itmon. Yeah, bring it on. You're all in on this, right, Yuki? Huh? Yuki was surprised to hear her partner going along with the antics, when they were usually the last one to do so. Seriously, Itmon? How are we going to be ready in a day? That's going to be brutal. What's wrong with you? All we got to do is be really loud, right? Leave it to me. I'll teach all the Digimon of this world how to rock. Now that I think about it, you were listening to that rock song way more than I did. As Yuki thought this to herself in a flustered mess, Itmon sharply pointed its fingers. Better yet, this is exactly what you want, Yuki. I do? Your voice will reach every Digimon in the whole world. Oh. Indeed. This was a dream come true for Yuki, since her goal was to befriend all Digimon in existence. Her experience gradually began to shift from bewilderment to uncontainable exuberance. Looks like you've made up your mind. Yep, Rebellymon, let's... Do it, Yuki, you got the mic, leave the rest to me. Do I really have to sing? Duh, come on, Yuki, you better practice your death metal growls. Itmon, I don't think the death metal growls would be very cute.
Rebellion chuckled as they watched Yuki get dragged away by Itmon. What an interesting duo! I can't wait to see the performance tomorrow. Turbomon and Maneuvermon both nodded beside them. And that's it for Chapter 17, Part 1. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to contact me and stay updated with the podcast and YouTube channel, leave a comment on this episode on YouTube, join the conversation. For a full list of ways to find the podcast across the internet, such as YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Twitter, head over to my Linktree, which is linktr.ee/LostinTranslationmon. If you enjoy the podcast or videos, or even just my silly posts online, you can show support by signing up on Patreon and get some cool rewards and help me hit some milestones. And thank you to my current supporters on Patreon, Stephen Reeves, who is Y164 on Archive Our Own, Katawashi, Neobu, who says you to follow Chisai on Twitter at Chisai236, Lismet, who is Lekmon on Tumblr, Nicholas, Magnus, Lucas, JCMon05, Patrick, Jason, Shelby, Digital Hazard, who are on Twitch at The Digital Hazard, Dropimon, Vmon Tamer, Kasai, Big Bad Beetleborg, Flavin, Bent Archer, Cappy, Cyber, and Voltic Halberd. You can also make a one donation on PayPal, which can be found linked in the description. It's paypal.me/Edgemon. You can also donate to me on my Ko-fi account, which is ko-fi.com/airdra. And again, thank you so much for listening. If you are watching/listening to this on YouTube, please do the like, comment, subscribe, etc. thing. And of course, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!